Five, four, three, two, one, 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 one. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. So what's up, people? How y'all doing? Man is in the house, getting ready to do what I do. And tell me what's up with y'all. Ladies, where you at? I knew if the guys flicked on me, I knew the women would be here. How they say? My mic sounds nice. Check one. Something's going on with me. Came up on something that didn't agree with my stomach. Yes, I know what y'all gonna say is that shit I ate yesterday. And I think it's been long enough for me to rule that one out, but who knows, man. So maybe this is in anticipation of getting beat up by the ladies tonight. Like I'm really scared, right? No. Well, how's everybody doing? Ah, see one person here on my red hat show. You know me, I got the red hat, the green hat, and then I got the YouTube. Yeah, I came close to doing if I had got more brothers to participate tonight, I was gonna go Zoom. But since that was not the case, I think y'all got these brothers shook. I don't understand that. Because you know me. I look up to a challenge. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna see who shows up for y'all. Ah, hey. See my YouTube people here and big, get ready. Folks, I don't know what it is. I had something earlier. I was fixing me something to eat. I went big time. Um and something's just not agreeing with my stomach tonight. So me being who I be, I'm gonna do what I do. But I figure if Michael Jordan could have the flu and score 61 points, the least I could do is show up and show out. So with that being said, I YouTube, I can't even read this tonight. I don't know what's up. My eyes, my eyes failing on me. Everything looked blurry. Jan, you know me. I'm gonna do what I do. I ain't sure. Hello, everyone. Look at her. She came in and spoke to everybody. That's what's happening. What's up? My favorite squid in the house. I knew you wasn't gonna leave me hanging, bro. I got a couple other brothers supposed to come in. Now, bet I might get you to come over to my green hat show. It might be easier to put you up on camera there. Let me see. I'm gonna let's see. I could bring you up on camera here, but I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna give people a couple minutes. Give people a couple minutes. A couple minutes. Usually by now I'm all hyped. You know what I mean, I'm usually reminiscing or singing a song of "I can't get no rest. Don't know how I'll work all day." Years ago, I came up with this I guess this alter ego, Vince Johnson. He was a brother who sang like a white boy. So I used to do all these black songs, but I did them like I was Perry Como or something. They said I'm crazy. I really don't care. It's my prerogative. So what's up, people? The man gonna grin and bear. I'm not feeling my best, but you know what? We're gonna do what we do when we do what we do when we do it. Since that spinner's been in my head, but who was I listening to? The Khalid kid, you know? Yeah, that's kind of hot. We got some new schoolers who got a little got a little flavor to them. I gotta say that. We got some flavor to them. So I get into some of the new songs as well. I'm an old school musician, and like anything else, oops, it always helps when you bring up the camera, bro. Always helps when you bring up the camera. So I'm sitting here in this chair, waiting on you. No, baby. Hey. Look. Oh, Eliza with a Z on both. Oh, I'm gonna bring you up too. Let's see what you got to say. So tonight the women's supposed to take a back seat. Two brothers in the house. Bros, bros, y'all show up. I'm gonna ask y'all to show out tonight. Y'all gotta just let me I'm gonna have to take it easy this first quarter and just hit when I need to. I'm just Jordan out. What's the difference between Jordan and Pierce? Jordan play all the time. Pierce plays some of the time, and then pretend like he's hurt, and then want to get hot in the third or fourth quarter. Uh, they used to say I was harder on Paul Pierce. I'm like, my luck. I need somebody to play. And then they got nerve enough to be talking about Steph don't play defense. I like this boy stole the ball and threw chunked that joint up from on top of the I call it the north side of the Boston logo. Nothing but net. In the second quarter, but Golden State still lost the game. Well, it seems that so many of these professionals can't get along. So I was looking at this YouTube thing of teammates who didn't like each other. When they talked about like Montana and Steve Young, I mean that's to be understood. Montana was at the height of his game when they brought Steve Young in, and start planning to replace him. Um, but I guess that's just how business is. Maybe it's a bargaining um, chip when it comes time to renegotiate um, contracts or what have you. But to me, it's one of the reasons why I feel the way I feel about professional sports these days. So, hey, folks, with that, we got about 5 past the half. I was giving a couple people a chance to get on up in here, but I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to start this thing off right. Gonna start this thing off right. I got YouTube Greenhouse and Red Hat in the house tonight. So, folks, I hope you guys are doing better than me. Like I said, I don't know what I did. I got a hold of something that didn't agree with my stomach. So I got some queasiness going on. No bubble guts, so I should be good, but I'm just not my usual jovial self, and I was afraid to take any libation with my current condition. So, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and start this thing off. I'm gonna go ahead and start the show. Um, I always start off by saying good evening and welcome to the show. It's about 6 past the half, so without any further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna see if I can't make this do what it do. Um, Here's the deal. it's probably better to bring you guys up on the green hat. You know, I've got two YouTube pages. One is the red hat, the other is the green hat. Um, Brothers, if you want to come up on camera, do me a favor. Most of you guys are on both pages. Come up on the green hat. It's a little bit easier. There are less people there, and it's not as congested. I'm gonna try to bring um, my square brother up on this red side just to give it some a test to see how it works and what have you, what have you, what have you, what have you, looking like a northerner. Ah, ah, how does a northerner look? Oh boy. Um, there's so much going on. I'm trying to ignore what's happening in DC, but then it's happening here in Florida as well. And people keep hitting me up. Would you believe after 3 years of beating you guys over the head with politics ad nauseum, there's some of you that really miss my take on what's happening in DC. So I've lost a couple followers as a result of that. They said they got accustomed to me breaking things down. Um, I may do a little something in addition to this, just to talk about what's happening in DC, but I don't want to get caught up on that. For the last 3 years, I really got caught up, and that's all it was because things were happening so frequently. Two objectives I had. One was to make sure that we gave Biden the support, A, to become the Democratic nominee, and B, to get him elected to get Trump out of there. The second thing was um, to make sure that Republicans didn't take over both houses of Congress, or both chambers of Congress, I should say. You heard me beat Nancy Pelosi over the head with her lack of leadership skills. So, ladies, it is what it is. I told you it was going to happen, and it happened just the way I said it would. Um, because of people showing up and showing out in places like Georgia, we maintained a slight lead in the Senate. And as a result, now it forces Manchin to act more like a Democrat. That, and he's being challenged by the governor in the state of West Virginia. So he can't afford to mess up and lose supporters. As for Sinema, she's trying to become an independent to try to be able to run again. But big shout out to Arizona for censoring her, and they did this a long time ago. They really, somebody should have gotten in there and recalled the election and had a special election. So that's all I got to say about that. As far as what's happening in the House of Representatives, I'm not giving it oxygen on my show. I promised you guys that I was going to move towards something that was more to our liking. And since all of us are over the age of your age and your age and your age and your age, I decided that I would look at what I call old school dating in a new school social media environment. And to that effect, for the last couple of weeks, I've been kind of showcasing the ladies. Let's be real about it. 85% of my audience is women. You know what I'm saying? And it's not because I don't invite the brothers, but brothers, whether it's, white, black, Puerto Rican, or Haitian, we tend to, when women are around, and I understood this with the Million Man March, but the Million Man March, um, Louis Farrakhan, the minister Farrakhan, said he didn't want any women out there because when women are around, men tend to compete for female attention. And I understand that now. I really understand that. So, with that being said, I think that's kind of the same thing that happens with my show. Um, well, my brothers do stop by every now and then. Now that things are changing, now that we're talking about things that are more relevant to our everyday lives, maybe we'll get more male participation starting tonight. Now, for the last couple of weeks, I had Cynthia on the first week, and she talked about this abomination of a date, going out with a guy and he buying a 6 cents pizza and then eating the majority of the pizza. And, I didn't give her advice, but I talked about what I would have done, you know, had the shoe been on the other foot. Then last week I had um, Lorene, who kind of going through a breakup of a marriage. And I had Audrey, who has been a friend. Now, both of the ladies have been a friend of mine, ironically, since 2012. I met them in Atlanta at a meet and greet. We were all a part of this Facebook club. And Audrey was married, then single for a number of years, and then she met someone prior to COVID, and they um, quarantined together and eventually got married. So I wanted to look at the the situation from a female perspective because brothers, we have our thing about us. And one of the things I say, and I always talk about how I call it the socialization process. Men could be a identical twin of a sister. They look alike. They go through the same gestation period. They bought bikes and they're riding down the driveway together. If they hit a bump and fall simultaneously, everybody tell the man get up and dust himself off, or the boy child get up, dust himself off. Don't cry, little boys don't cry. To the contrary, everybody runs to the little girl and they pet her and they coax her and you know what I mean. So we're socialized to be hard. We're socialized to hide our emotions. We're socialized to be what we call manly. And if this is the case, maybe it seeps into how we behave once we start dating. And I can't speak for anyone else, but I know my father's generation was one where they didn't even say, son, I love you. But, it was a given when you had a roof over your head and clothes and so forth and so on. So that was a way a man back then expressed love. Nowadays, I make it a point to tell my kids and my grandkids, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. My sons, I'm probably a little tougher on because I want them to be able to deal with adversity and overcome adversity and animosity and be, just be able to muscle through. So I guess I got a little bit of my dad's generation in me. Um, but from some of the women, and for the last week, I've been taking, I guess, I've been talking to some of the women that I've dated in the past, and women talk about communication. And I think communication means something different to men and women. So without any further ado, I'm going to try to bring up uh, one of these brothers and see what's up with that. And then, Brother Hargrove, you sitting over there in the, I'm going to bring you up on the other camera and see if we can do that too. Okay. Uh-oh. I got the squid in the house, but Hargrove, it's saying that you got some issues there, man. I don't know. See what's up. If you can't get there, come on the other thing. And what I'm gonna do, one of the things I noticed last week is I had some issues with people hearing the guests. So what's up, Mike? I'm doing, man. I'm doing. Now this brother I just met probably a year and a half or 2 years ago. He's a Navy guy. I don't hold that against him. You understand? But it's probably one of the reasons that we became um, friends immediately. I, I see he does his own little thing, but the thing that really kind of make me gravitate towards him is his relationship. Even though I never spoke on it, is his relationship to his baby girl. So I always said one of the keys is if a woman could love a man the way she loves her son, and a man could love a woman the way he loves his daughter, maybe we could get past some of this nonsense. So, Mike, Michael Betts, talk to the people. What's up with you?
As far as health issues right now, but other than that, I'm okay, man. Just taking it one day at a time,
Okay.
trying to get back to my normal self, but no complaints on this end. I'm glad I happened to catch you all. 'Cause I just happened to sign back on Facebook and saw you. I said, okay, let me say hello.
Okay.
And I was going to be talking about it, and I started listening. I said, okay, this definitely should be interesting. So,
Let me ask you a question.
sure.
What's your current relationship situation?
Uh, not dating right now.
You're not
One,
dating. Okay.
yes, it's a couple of things. The last relationship I was in, it's been a while. That took a lot out of me, man. And for me, I said, you know what? Let me just step back for a minute. I'm gonna just do me. At one time, you know, I said I would like I've been married before, and I said I wouldn't mind being married again. But just like you hear women say they get tired of games. And so do me. And it's with me, I'm too old for games. I'm pretty much set in my ways. I know what I like and what I want, but I'm not up for games anymore. I'm just not willing to go through what I went through the last relationship, and I like that peace that I have right now. Now, so if it comes along and I happen to meet someone, okay, that's fine. But am I looking for it? No. Right now, no. I'm just not. Like I said, the last relationship it just burnt me out.
Okay. Okay. Let me address this. I got two Facebook pages. He's on the Red Hat page. Um, I'm trying to get the mics across so that we can hear him on all three mediums. I'm transmitting on three different mediums. So um, I apologize if you can't really hear him. Um, I'm seeing some of that, but basically what he's saying is that he had gone through some things in his last relationship, and he was talking about basically some of the same things that women are saying, that the problems that they have in their relationship. So briefly, when you talk about some of those issues of some of the things that went on, I'm going to ask you, like, give me just three major bullet points of things that went wrong that kind of rub you the wrong way.
One was communication. Was communication, insecurity, jealousy were the three things. And what came with all three of that, I'm one. Also, I don't like other people involved in my relationship. We got a problem. That should be me and her. We should be able to talk about that. Not me or her kids. Facebook. Um, that was one of the biggest issues now. And one thing I've talked about relationships before. Folks think social media seems to be the answer, the cure for your problems, your relationship problems. And to me, that's the worst thing you can do. And I've always been one. I'm private if I have an issue with someone, that's going to be a discussion that I feel should be between me and that person.
Okay,
And
okay.
uh, the insecurity drove me crazy.
When you say
Always took me.
insecurity, what do you mean? Insecurity and jealous. How was that manifested? How did she express herself that made you feel she was insecure and jealous?
We went to church one day, and there was a class we were going to take, and we were sitting in the class, and the lady was speaking, and I'm looking up at the lady as she's speaking, and what always is when somebody's talking, I'm looking at the stick. The next thing you know, we get in the car. I'm being accused of flirting with the lady, and oh, wait a minute, I'm just looking at her, listening to her give out the curriculum, and but she kept saying, "Oh, I saw you were looking at her," and I'm looking. I had the look on my face, man. If you could have seen me, so what was I supposed to do? Look down, not look. He could be out. Someone would speak to me that I know a female that I don't know. Nope. Type of next week, somebody would just say, "Hey, Mike, how you doing?" I speak back. Oh, who is that?
Wow.
That was an argument, and man, that just drove me to a point. I said, "Look, I'm trying to show you that I'm into you. I'm with you, trying to treat you like a queen. If it's something I'm not doing, tell me. You know, I you know, what's the problem?" And it will always keep going to the things that she went through in the past. Okay, I respect you because you went through some things. Don't take it out on me. I didn't mean to.
Right. So you paying for another man's mistake.
That was always a big issue, and it got to the point when I had deep feelings about her, but the way she started doing me, it just pushed me away, and I said, you know what? I after the nearly year, I had enough. And
How long did you guys date?
Almost a year.
Almost a year. Okay. How did you meet her?
We met. I was working with a group that was part of the working community, and we had a meeting. We were talking about stop the violence, the stop the violence program we were trying to put together, and that's where I met her.
So you met her. You guys doing a similar interest, civic involvement, and community stuff.
Right, and that's when we met.
Okay.
And the next day, I got a friend request from her, and we just started communicating. And I was excited about it. I said, okay, maybe this seems like this is nice. And we just kept talking, and we started going out, and it was nice. I mean, like you said, it's just the little nigga started. It just started happening. She's jealous of my kid's mom, and I have a relationship with my kid's mother, and she doesn't have a relationship with her kid's father.
Wow.
And I said, look, okay, I'm sorry you don't have a relationship. I said, but me and my kid's mom, we get along, we look out for each other. I'm not going to break that for nobody. She can just, we don't date, but my kid's mom will call me, let me know if the kids need something, or she'll remind me of some things. And I tell her, okay, hey, let me send you this, or I'll give it to my kids, and that bothers her. And I actually, you know what, am I supposed to ignore my kids for you? I'm not doing it.
Okay.
My kids, I've always been in my kids' life, and I'm not going to stop being a dad for nobody.
Right. Okay, so I'm a kind of summarize this for the folks in other mediums or forums that may not be able to hear everything that Mike says. He and his lady had been dating for almost a year. He said the three primary reasons for them not dating anymore was communication. They didn't have the same communication standards, for lack of a better word, and she was jealous and insecure, mostly of anytime he interacted with other women, and then the relationship he had with his children's mom in respect to his children. So what's funny about this is some of the same thing that women say about men. You understand the fact that men can be insecure, jealous of, when they speak to another guy or whatever. Um, Thanks, Mike. I appreciate you sharing, man. I'm gonna try to get like I say, I don't want to play Facebook Dr. Phil or nothing like that, but I could relate to some of that. So I won't give quote unquote advice on, but I do think you're doing the right thing by taking some time. What's funny is the fact that you guys met doing a common interest is so different because most of the people we tend to meet these days is either on a dating app or Facebook or
Right.
some form of social media. So you think the
Right.
old school way would give you a little bit more success, but I guess that's not always the case. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it, man. Let me
Um,
see if I can bring this other brother up. Um, I'm seeing. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see. Trying to. Dun, 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 dun. I feel like I got this whole thing here. Okay, there we go. This thing is giving me the blues. Uh-oh, look at Pinky came up on this side. My big cousin married to my other cousin, married to my cousin and the brother-in-law, my boy. You know, yeah. I was trying to get to these some of these other brothers up, give them a chance to see what's his name is there. I see a couple brothers that I went to school with, and I was trying to find some of the old school guys to get them up. But my other thing is acting up. Facebook is funny. It's like they don't want to give me the bandwidth to be fabulous. I need a little bit more bandwidth, people, so I can do what I do. Two things I want. I want a brother that is currently seeking quote unquote a dating partner or dating someone that they met via a social media app or whatever. In the meantime, I'm gonna get just a response from some of the women. Thank you. You've been around forever and ever and ever. So I'm gonna let you kind of sound off. Um, this sister's kind of well, very intelligent, but she's she's been one of my biggest supporters, and that's I don't think she's trying to come up on camera. Last week I tried to bring up, and she said she was half naked, and I teased her because she said she was in her underwear and what have you. So this week I was trying to bring her up. Uh, let me see. Now see, next week what I'm gonna have to do, I think next week what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go straight to um, go ahead and zoom this. When I didn't get the response A that I was looking for, and B, one of the things that happens with this is with Zoom, I only had 45 minutes, and last week's show ran about an hour long. So, with that being said, what's up, Gally? How you doing?
Hey, what's up?
Cost of living,
You,
inflation, corruption,
I
gas prices. She asked me what was up. I told her.
man, it's rough out here.
Okay,
What you want to know?
I want your feedback because what Mike was saying, and I don't know if everybody can hear Angela, but what Mike was saying that he was having three of the problems that women complain about with men, and he was having with this woman that he was dating. A, that they had problems communicating. B, that she was jealous and insecure. Um, the thing that I found again funny is the fact that they met doing a community service type thing. They were doing something to stop the violence in the neighborhood, and they met through that. So they had these common interests. sometimes when you meet people online, they say the things that you want to hear, and then you get to meet them, and they're not that much in common. So the reason I wanted feedback from you is because this seems to be, am I wrong? Is this not some of the same thing that women say?
It is that you, I mean, that you just a lot of times what's that brand when you are down.
I'm getting a little feedback from you.
We feel that around to replay. I think no time they play.
I'm getting a little feedback from you. I don't know. Okay, Angela, I'm getting a little feedback from you. So I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Me now.
Try it one more time.
Now?
Well, no, it's still kind of crazy. It's still kind of crazy. Like your words are muddled and muffled. Yeah. I don't know. I know you got a little money. You got to get rid of that. That's, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why I'm having problems with this. Um, here's what I think I need to do. Next week, and I hate to start moving forward. I wanted to bring a couple people up, but I'm having some of the same issues that I had last week for as technical difficulties. So Facebook has been coming to me and trying to get me to use their medium and saying that I could bring up to 3 people on each page at a time. And I saw with audience of 6 guests being able to hold an ongoing conversation and have some brothers and then give rebuttal from women, but this is not the way it's happening for me. So I'm not getting as promised. I'm pissed beyond the utmost of pissosity, to say the least, because I think I achieved one of the things I wanted to achieve, and that's the fact that we seem to have the same problems, whether it's male or female. Women are always talking about men being jealous, men doing this, men doing that, and not being able to communicate and what have you. I think, like I said earlier, some of it may be socialization, and we don't define things the same. One of the biggest issues I always talk about is what one person calls love is not what, I'm loving you with the way I think you need me to love you. But then you say that, what I'm doing for you is not enough or not what you wanted. So I'm behind the 8 ball here. Here's the deal. And I hated to do this, but I'm going to do a quick summation of what I've seen from last week and what I got from Michael tonight. Um, we have got to find a way of being able to communicate. One of the women that's on here tonight, she and I dated briefly, and I accused her of talking too much. And what I've been told is if you talk in person as much as you talk online, then, it would be a whole lot better. But I'm like, my personal persona is quite different from my public persona. In my personal life, I talk, but I'm old school and 90% of communication is nonverbal. So if I can pick up on your cues and you are able to pick up on mine, then I think it does away with some of the disconnect with the verbal. or that's what I think in my so-called perfect cerebral mind. But shut up, Angela. Angela calls me brain. So, um, and yes, I have a tendency to overthink things, but then I bring up women that have some of the same characteristics as well. First law of nature say opposites attract. I don't believe that. I don't know. So, with that being said, folks, I wanted to bring up. I've been trying to bring up people, and I've had problems. Angela, I don't know why we're having issues with your mic, but I really can't hear you. I really
Okay,
can't.
can you hear me?
Yeah, that's a
Can
little
you
bit
hear me
better.
now?
That's better.
That's better.
Okay, it's
Okay.
about time you got on your real phone and put that Obama phone down, man.
I love
Trump
it.
messed up the Obama phones for everybody, man. No reception. Okay,
That's my Soviet phone.
that's okay.
Okay.
Okay, you got that. Okay. Quick question for you. I don't know your current status for as relationships, dating, this, that, and the other. But since I have you on the line, I'm gonna ask you two things. One, I'm gonna ask you about what you are doing presently, and then I'm gonna ask you kind of like not your laundry list or grocery list, but what is it that appeals to you most in a prospective mate when it comes to dating?
Currently, I'm on a hiatus. I'm not looking to date or anything. Um,
How long has this hiatus been?
it's going on, how long is COVID? 3 years now?
Okay.
Yeah. Um, Personally, I was meeting people online that they say one thing, but they actually are something else. And I think they were trying to feel like they were going to fit grocery list or whatever. And I don't have a grocery.
Okay.
Uh, what I'm looking for is someone who is compassionate, uh, a person who has manners. I guess, you know, as they say, your family raised you or whatever. I'm looking for someone that's just going to be a companion right at this point. That's
Okay.
all.
Okay. I'm gonna address.
So,
I'm gonna address that second part of that. I always tell the stories about being 16, 15 or 16, something like that. And just briefly, I was I was really interested in this pretty girl who went to school with me, and I tried to talk to her, and she would never give me the time of day. And one day, out of the clear blue, after trying and trying and trying and trying, and I don't know why I didn't give up, because usually, I would say if I have to chase you, I replace you. But for whatever reason, something told me to keep pursuing this girl. Long story short, she started letting me walk her halfway home to school. Back in the days, we didn't have school buses. So I walked from the front of the project all the way back to Carver. So it was about a mile. When we got to the park, that was kind of like our halfway point, and she said, "Okay, you can leave now." And she kind of dismissed me, and I would go by my way. And ironically, I was just happy that she gave me quote unquote the time of day and allowed me to, get to know her that way. And then one day she says, "Are you coming?" I said, "Huh?" She said, "Are you coming?" I was like, Come in where?" She said, "Are you? I thought you was walking me home." I said, "Well, this is it, right?" She says, "No, come on, boy," with your silly self. I said, "Okay." So I walk her to her porch, and then she says, "I said, okay, bye." I ain't trying to kiss her, and that, because I was being a gentleman. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Shut up. I could do that sometime. So anyway, she invited me in, and um, when she told me I could come in, I started patting my afro and I started brushing off my clothes and prepping myself to meet her moms, right? And I go in and the mom says, she said, "Ma, this is Henry. Henry, this is my mom." I said, "How you doing? Good evening." And she said, "Oh, you got you a pretty nigga, huh?" She said, you just might as well go ahead and give him some pee. I ain't gonna say the word, but you know what I'm saying? Because that's all he want anyway. And I'm standing there like, what? And the girl is mortified. She bursts into tears, runs into the bathroom. So she said, nigga, you gonna sit down or what? And I'm looking at her like, huh? And finally, my feet started to move, and all I could say was, good evening. And I turned and I left. I went home, and eventually I sit down to talk to my mom, and I said, Mom, you'll never believe what happened. And when I told my mama said, don't you treat that girl any differently. And I said, but why, Mom? Why would her mama say that? Why would her mama do that? And she said, son, not all people were raised the way that you were raised. So one of the common problems we have, whether we're dating at the age of 15 or 40 years later at the age of 55, 60, we still have this expectation that people were raised the way we were raised. They have the same set of values, and they define things like love, communication, and relationship the way that we do. So that's going to be my summation for tonight. I hate to run out on you guys. I think this was going extremely well. I tell you what I'm going to do next week. I planned on this being a three-part series. I wanted to do the women first. I wanted to do the men second. And then I wanted to bring them back in an open forum where I could kind of mediate between the two. Not that I'm Oprah Harvey or none of that. But I think the thing is, I always say Teddy got it wrong. One of the most popular songs for us growing up is it's so good loving somebody and that somebody loves you back. That part was right. Said not 70-30, not 60-40, we're talking about a 50-50 love. And I said that part was wrong because the 50% that they're giving you is the 50% that they think you need. But what you need might be 10% of what they're holding back. So I think John Legend got it right when he said, all of you for all of me. So moving forward into this, stick with me, folks. I apologize. CNN has problems. MSNBC has technical issues. So Facebook and YouTube is giving me the blues. But next week, I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to do the Zoom thing. And I might just go ahead and pay for it so that we can talk about this. I try to keep these shows around 40 minutes, no more than an hour. And it was just getting good. So next week, I plan to do a little less talking and get you guys in the environment. If some of you guys have responded, so here's the deal. Moving forward into next week, when I post that little tease out there or that little advertisement, give me some feedback. Say I'll be there. Let me know that you're coming in. Because tonight I really didn't expect to have the number of people tuning in that I've had. Otherwise I'd have just went ahead and did the Zoom tonight. But I'm gonna have to come out of pocket to make it an open forum so that we're not relegated and restricted to 45 minutes. But when I post it next week, come back, let me know that you plan on being there. And at the 5 o'clock hour or so, I'm gonna post the Zoom link so that you can link into the show. That way we'll be able to bring the people up and we'll be able to not have these problems that we're having with not being able to hear from one Facebook page to the other Facebook page to the YouTube page and so forth and so on. I'm at a disadvantage because I can hear all of you, but you can't hear each other. So with that being said, I'm going to say thank you, thank you, thank you for choosing to be with a brother tonight. Of all the things you could be doing on a Thursday, I am truly humbled that you've chosen to be here tonight. We're going to get this right. This is new, but this is something that needs to be done. This is not, my only motivation is to really find out some answers for myself because I too am not dating. I've been I don't know if I've been on a hiatus or I'm talk to somebody and I always believe in things happening organically and things just taking a life of their own and over a period of time instead of jumping into something, but spending time together, so forth and so on. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your support. Before I go, I always say, do me a favor, go to my YouTube. That's it right there. Omit the logic. Sign up for my YouTube, subscribe, hit the bell, ring the bell so that you'll know. Because what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to start posting these shows. I'm recording the show on my own medium and I'm going to start posting it on my YouTube. I don't know if I'm going to post it on my Facebook only because some of you guys stuff I don't see for days or weeks later. So Facebook has just not been trustworthy. So with that, as I always say, you know, this thing called life, this game called life, nobody leaves alive. So don't be so afraid to die that you forget to live for a reason, for a purpose. Give your life, give that dash some purpose, some meaning. With that, I'm gonna say good night. I'm gonna say, as always, important. I wish you love. I wish you peace. Two fingers to the sky, and like your man, Hair Grace. I'm out of here.